Oh, I want to thank Kim very much for inviting me to be on the panel today. And I'm going to read what Kim mentioned is the translations I've been doing on Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz, and I wrote the essay for the timeline on her, and included some of my translations and one of Rima's, and it takes a lot of nerve to read these with Rima sitting on the panel today, the master translator of Sor Juana. But they're sonnets, and I want to say a little something about Sor Juana. She lived in colonial Mexico from 1648 to 1695, and she was self-taught. She had a passion for learning and was forced to educate herself because women were denied an education, of course. And when she was about 20, she had to choose between being married and joining a convent, and she chose the convent because a woman was more likely to be able to continue learning and studying in a convent than if she were married. And that's what this sonnet has to do with. Sor Juana is a Baroque poet, which means her titles are very elaborate and long. I'm going to read it in Spanish first, just so you can hear the sound of her language, and then I'll read my translation. Encarece de animosidad la elección de estado durable hasta la muerte. Si los riesgos del mar considerara, ninguno se embarcara si antes viera bien su peligro, nadie se atreviera, ni el bravo toro osado provocara. Si del fogoso bruto ponderara la furia desbocada en la carrera, el jinete prudente nunca hubiera quien con discreta mano lo enfrenara. Pero si hubiera uno tan osado, que no obstante el peligro al mismo Apolo quisiese gobernar con atrevida mano el rápido carro en luz bañado, todo lo hiciera y no tomara solo estado que ha de ser toda la vida. The poem has to do with her resentment for having to choose between the convent and marriage. So I translated the title, Out of Spirited Resentment. She assesses the choice of a state that lasts until death. The poem also refers to her favorite figure of Greek mythology, the demigod Phaeton, the son of Apollo, who defied his father and drove the sun chariot across the sky and lost control of the horses, and Zeus had to strike him down with a lightning bolt before the sun crashed into the earth. Sor Juana identified with Phaeton and his defiance, and equated it with her passion for learning in spite of the limitations that were forced on her. To contemplate the perils of the sea would end all voyages. If made aware of all potential dangers, none would dare challenge the bull's defiant bravery. No skilled equestrian, if he could see his bold, unbridled stallion or mare at full force charging down the thoroughfare, would hope to harness such fierce energy. While one who has enough intrepid nerve to shrug off risk and seek Apollo's lair, then boldened by desire to govern fate, conduct the sun-bathed rig beyond Earth's curve, will try it all, be all, go everywhere, not choose some lifelong rut or changeless state. I'll read one more of her sonnets. I won't read this one in Spanish, but Sor Juana wrote 67 sonnets and, well, published 67 of them. And they are on different subjects. They're moral, philosophical, they're sacred sonnets. This is one of her romantic, amorous sonnets. And I think while she was probably serving in the court of the viceroy, she had plenty of suitors and certainly learned how to play the game And being a Baroque poet, she also has the cynicism and pessimism of the Baroque poets. This is called Loving Without Chagrin. I can't hold on to you, nor can I quit, nor know why, whether out of reach or near you. A certain something happens to endear you, while other somethings urge me to forget. Since you will not release me or reform, with luck I'll moderate my heart somewhat, so half recoils when you invade my thought, and half is tender, amorous, and warm. There's hope if this suffices as affection, for quarreling is but a way to die, and jealousy brings nothing but the worst. Who offers half denies a whole connection. So while you're out there practicing your lie, know that my devastation's well rehearsed. I'm going to read one more. This is the title poem from my forthcoming chapbook, The House Sitter, which will be out probably not until late October. The House Sitter. For weeks I have their places to myself. I roam their rooms and poke around in drawers, peruse the masterpieces on a shelf, if any, open closets, smoke outdoors, lie bare on hand-loomed rugs and parquet floors. It's paradise attending with no care to other people's temporal domains, and waken in a disenfranchised glare of borrowed sun through someone else's pains, indifferent to the clutter of their gains. And when the moon has gone through several sizes, I pack and roll the trash cans to the street. When they return, my hosts are spared surprises. No floating koi, no lifeless parakeet, no philodendrons prostrate from the heat. I'm incidental to their spoils and waste, an Eve with no dominion or cachet, expelled from Eden without wrath or haste. I have instructions simple to obey. On leaving, strip the bed, enjoy your stay.